So before we start playing with our shiny new Elasticsearch server, let's go over some basics of Elasticsearch first. We'll understand the concepts of how it works, what it's all about, how it's architected, and when we're done with that, we'll have a quick little quiz to reinforce what you learned. After that, we'll start messing around with it. So there are two main logical concepts behind Elasticsearch. The first is the document. So if you're used to thinking of things in terms of databases, a document is a lot like a row in a database that represents a given entity, something that you're searching for. And remember, in Elasticsearch, it's not just about text. Any structured data can work. Now, Elasticsearch works on top of JSON formatted data. If you're familiar with JSON, it's basically just a way of encoding structured data that may contain strings or numbers or dates or what have you in a way that you can cleanly transmit across the web. And you'll see a ton of examples of this throughout the course, so it'll make more sense later on. Now, every document can have a unique ID, and you can either explicitly assign a unique ID to it yourself or allow Elasticsearch to assign it for you. The second concept is the index. An index is the highest level entity that you can query against in Elasticsearch, and it can contain a collection of documents. So again, bringing this back to an analogy of a database, you can think of an index as a database table, and a document as a row in that table. The schema that defines the data types in your documents also belongs to the index. You can only have one type of document within a single index in Elasticsearch. So if you're used to the world of databases, you'll find Elasticsearch to have similar concepts. Think of your cluster as a database, its indices as tables, and documents as rows in those tables. It's just different terminology, but as you'll soon see, even though the concepts are similar, how Elasticsearch works under the hood is very different from a traditional database.